Hi everybody, hey, how is everybody doing? Welcome to my weekly mindset show. I hope you are all keeping really well. Today's session it's part two. It's part two of Step into 2021 fearlessly and with flow. So this is all about goal planning, totally aligned to who you are and kind of where you want to be. So that's what we're covering today. If you are here live, drop me a hey, say hello, come in and join us and ask some questions of me whilst you've got me. We've got a great session today. If you are here live, great if you stay till the end as well, as we've got a little visualization to do at the end that is going to propel you forward into 2021. So if you are here live, drop me a hey. If you are catching up on the replay, do hashtag replay. So I know that you've come in. If you've got any comments at all, any questions, pop them in there and I go back in later on. And if you've got some ahas as well from the sessions that we do, I love hearing from you all. So do pop them in there if you are actually, if you've got any questions or any ahas, any sort of things that go on, pop them in there and do let me know. So, and if you are here live, do pop me a hey in the comments now, because I've not got any comments coming up, but I can see people live. So do let me know, because sometimes, and I've gone back to my phone this week. I've been on the laptop for the last 2 weeks, but that doesn't seem to have worked quite so well. So I'm back to the phone today. so let me know. Facebook has been a real pain, hasn't it, in the last couple of weeks with messaging down and, hey Laura. Oh, great to see you too, Laura, and really lovely to see you. Okay, so at least I know that comments are working, and yay, and I'll see you later on as well, so that'll be great. So in part one last week, we took a step back and we reviewed and we reflected on the past few months. We addressed some of the blocks and those kind of self-imposed limitations that have held you back from moving forward. We decluttered a bit of the crap, so we are now stepping into our desires. We're setting those goals and we're mapping out how you're going to have the best year ever next year. You know, who wants that? Who wants that next year? We want it to be the best year. And we're going to continue the momentum. So we're going to start doing this today so that we can take it into 2021. And if you missed last week's part one, then it's on my Facebook page on Suzanne James Global, so you can catch up on last week's. And I would recommend that you do go in and catch up on last week's, because the review part is a really important part of it. And if you're not in my free Facebook group, which is Boss Babe on the Rise, see you Laura, Boss Babe on the Rise, then go over and join onto that, and come and join me in there. It's where I also do my exclusive sessions, and there's a great one on Monday, how to turn your 2020 annual income into your quarterly income. So you don't want to miss that, and that is on Monday in my Facebook group. So you need to be in the group to actually access that training. So if you drop me a message and I can send you the link to it if you're not already in that group. And that's going to be a great one on Monday. So, okay, on to today's session then. So like I said, you can catch up on last week's in my Facebook group or on my Facebook page. Now, I know that you want to achieve some amazing things for this coming year. And if you want to do that, if you want to achieve some amazing things, then you need to get really clear about what you actually want to achieve. It seems so obvious, but it's the one bit that most of us forget to actually do. And I've been guilty of it. You get so wrapped up, don't you, in the day-to-day activities that, actually planning is the thing that gets sort of lost. Forgetting to set goals is like getting in your car and literally not having any idea where you're going. You're just driving around aimlessly. So it is important to do it. So take some time to get clear on what it is that you want and set your goals. And we're going to do a little exercise on that today to get you started. Now, I know that you've probably got some really big goals. You know, you've got really high hopes now for the year ahead. We've all had such a very strange 2020 that we've got big expectations and high hopes for 2021. And I want you to know that you can achieve so much. You really can. Probably a lot more than you even think that you can. You know, I know that for me, although it has been one of those funny old years, I've actually had my best year in business. And the ladies that I've got on my programs, they have also had the best 6 months in their business. They've had this huge personal growth and huge transformations. So I know, and it's a big belief of mine, that everybody has got the potential inside of them. So I know that you are, you know, even if you just got a thought that you want to do more, the potential for you to do that is right inside of you. You sometimes just need that little bit of a push to actually take you through to it. But everybody's got that potential to do it. So I know that you are probably a lot more capable than you even think that you are yourself. So what's going to really make it happen for you is firstly knowing what specifically it is that you want, and then you're going to take the right action to make it happen. And I want you to know this first of all, it's all about you. If you want the next year to be your best year ever, you cannot be the same person that you were this year. You've got to be better. You've got to grow. You've got to move forward. Now, you have to be more focused than ever before. You know, there's no more hopping from one thing to the next, not really sure where you're going. You know, let me know if that's something that you've noticed for you this year. You know, that you might be hopping from one thing over to the next. You've got to be really, oh, hiya, Kelly. You've got to be super focused on where it is that you're going. So let me know if any of the things that I say coming up resonates with you. You've got to be super disciplined. You've got to take action on your business and your dreams, even when you don't feel like it. And there's been a lot of times this year, isn't it, that, you know, you may not have felt like doing it, but you've got to keep going. You've got to keep consistent. You know, even when things are feeling less easy or confusing, even when you've got that zero motivation, you have got to be super disciplined in it. You've got to have the mindset for success. You really have got to have that mindset set up for success. Success isn't an accident. It really isn't. So, you know, you've got to honour it. You know, you've got to go with that process, the ups and the downs, and trusting that you will get to where you want to go to. You've got to be prepared to learn the skills that are necessary to do this and ask for any help that you need. There is nothing wrong in asking for help. You know, we're all experts in our own field. There isn't anything wrong with then saying that you need help with, parts of your business that is not your expertise. You know, so we need to stay in our own lane on that and not be afraid to say, look, I need some help with this to do it. It's all with the purpose in mind that you want to move forward, that you've got to then take the right action to do this. And when we actually work on ourselves, when we work on up-leveling ourselves, we up-level our lives. And that is what we've got to do. You know, and then all of the things start actually falling into place. You know, it all starts there. So there's so much that is possible for you. You know, whether that is starting your own business, maybe you've not even done that yet, whether it's writing a book, starting a podcast show, that's something I'm going to be doing next year, making 6 figures or more, maybe that is your aspirations, you know, making 6 figures or more, then you can do it. It's yours. You know, what you want is yours for the taking. So let's start first of all with your vision for your success. There are more possibilities now than ever before. And the minute that you actually start getting into that growth mindset, opportunities start presenting themselves as well. You're surrounding yourself with like-minded people who you are aspiring to, who inspires you. And so all different opportunities start actually coming your way. Let me know if that's, you start actually, making a massive impact in the world, Kelly. You definitely are. You're definitely doing that at the moment. So when you start associating with like-minded people, what's it like in our group, Kelly, where, we literally, it's like a domino effect, and all different opportunities come from lots of different directions. And that's where the magic happens. That's where incredible things start happening. But it starts inside your head first. All you've got to do is make that commitment, is step up and make that commitment that you are going to focus on you and your development, and you keep that momentum going. And then you're going to be creating a wonderful year for, yourself. It really is amazing, isn't it, Kelly? Our group is amazing. So I want you to dream big. Let your imagination go wild. Successful businesses all do one thing. They know exactly what they're trying to achieve. So do you know in detail what you want for 2021? Just let me, pop it in the comments right now if you've already got your goals for 2021, if you know what you want. Pop that in the comments and let me know. Let me know what comes up for you. Who of you have actually already got it and are super clear of what you want next year? Because if you want to have your best year ever, yay, I know Kelly has, and it's going to get even more next week when we have our sessions. So if you want to have your best year ever, you have to decide what you want. You've got to write it down, and then you've got to focus on making it happen. And when I say focus on making it happen, I mean becoming obsessed with it. You're literally, it's in your head, you've got it written down, you've put it on post-it notes, you've got it next to your computer, you become obsessed with wanting it. You've got to have that passion for doing it. I mean, speak it, talk it, act it constantly. A lot of the times we actually, we kind of have these ideas in our head, but we daren't tell anybody. We daren't tell anybody that that's what we want. And all other stuff starts coming up, which we covered obviously last week. But it might be that you don't own what you want. You don't want to actually admit that you want to earn £1 million, for instance, or that might be so far out for you now that you think, I don't even believe that. But you've got to be focused, super focused on what you want. Put it everywhere. Talk to people about it. Act as if you've already got it. Get into that mindset. So I want you to now have a think about all of the ideas that you have got. All of the things that you would like to achieve in the coming year. Brain dump them. Start listing them down now. Get them all down on paper. Do a complete brain dump. And then you're going to connect emotionally with them. Look at them. Look at that list. Look at that list that you've done and think, what's the purpose? What would be my purpose of doing that? What's your why? Why do you want to do that? It's not good enough to just say, I want to earn £1 million. Because actually money is just energy. So what's the purpose of that? Where's it going to go? What are you doing it for? What's your why? What's driving you to do it? Because I guarantee you that actually when you're running your own business, if you're not in touch with your purpose of why you're doing it in the first place, the money doesn't happen anyway. It doesn't happen anyway because you're not aligned. So you've got to be super excited by your goal. It's got to really resonate with you. It's got to set you on fire. It's got to be important to you. Why do you want it? What's the reason? You've got to have that drive and that feeling inside of you to make you want to achieve that goal. Now, one of my most favourite things that I do, and one of the things that is in my programs, I do it in my programs, But one of my favourite things that I do myself as well is to picture my ideal day. I get my client, I get all my ladies to actually step into where they want to go, what they want to do anywhere before they've even done it. We've got to get in that mindset of being like that. And one of the great exercises that I refer them back to time after time is actually picturing your ideal day in the future when you've actually reached your goals. Hey Helen, lovely to see you. So picture your ideal day. And I want you to be describing it in so much detail that it comes alive for you. Oh, I'm so glad you're enjoying it, Dawn. So I want you to be describing it in so much detail as if it's already happened. So you're writing your ideal day as if it's taking place right now. So what are you seeing? What are you hearing? Who are you with? What does your day start like? Literally describe it in the minutest detail. Exactly what you want it to be like. So your ideal perfect day. What is your day looking like? And you're doing this as if it's a memory. So I love doing this because I also then love looking back on it when I've achieved it and knowing that I've already created my future anyway once I've done it. So I would really recommend you to try that exercise out. What does a perfect day look like for you? And really connect with the emotions, the feelings of achieving what it is that you want. Really step into it. Now, some people actually struggle with knowing what they want. Some people struggle with that. And actually, a lot of people struggle with this one. When you actually say, well, what is it that you want? They usually answer with what they don't want to happen. And we end up then focusing again on a lack mindset. We focus on all of the things that we haven't got yet by doing that. But actually, when you're really struggling to know what you want, a good way is to start with what you don't want. It might sound a little bit bizarre by doing that, but because you can quite easily answer what it is that you don't want to happen. So start with that. If you're struggling with the other exercise, start with this first. So for instance, most people would find it easier to say what they don't want rather than what they do. So they might say, I don't want a 9-to-5 job, or I don't want to travel to work for an hour each way every single day. So it's very clear what they don't want. So the reverse of that is, well, what do I want instead? So what's the opposite of that? So if I don't want to travel to work for an hour each day, what do I want instead? Well, the opposite of that is actually I want something that is 10 minutes within 10 minutes of walking distance for me. So if you are struggling knowing what you want, start with what you don't want first. It's a really simple way to actually get your mind working in a forward motion rather than a backward motion. So try that out. And then I've got some other questions for you. So make a note of these. What do you want to achieve? What is it that you want to achieve? What's the big thing that you want to achieve for 2021? So start with that one. Then, because we want to connect with the emotions of it, we want to make sure that it is an exciting goal for us. Excuse me. I want you to then also ask yourself, how do you want to feel? How do you want to feel? Then you're going to ask, well, what do you want more of in your life? So ask yourself, what do I want more of in my life? The first one, people say, oh, well, I want more money, but go into the feelings of that. What specifically do I want money for? So it might be, I think a lot of the time we get distracted by money. And actually it's about financial freedom. It's to do what we want to do and live the life that we want to lead. So be really specific about what do you want more of in your life? And then what do you want less of in your life? Have you got too much clutter around you? Have you got too much going on in your head. So you want less clutter, you want less clutter, and you actually want more calm, for instance. So play around with that. What do you want more of? What do you want less of in your life? Just by asking yourself those 4 questions, you start to get more specific about what it is that you want. So we've brain dumped all of your ideas. You've got in touch with all your emotions. You've described your ideal day. So you are now you've got something panning out now for you, haven't you? Getting a lot more clear on what it is that you actually want to happen. So get even more focused on that. And actually at the end of this session today, I'm going to do a quick future you visualization for you to get in touch with what you want for the next year, so that it looks even more like what you want it to happen. So stay for that. It literally is just a few minutes at the end, but stay for that too. So everything we've done so far now, you've now got you've got an idea of what you want to achieve by the end of next year. So once you've got that, you then need to make a plan. You've got to then make a plan. So I want you to write down your goals for the entire year on one sheet. So you've done your brain dump, pick a goal that you're going to work on and write all your goals down for the entire year. Then you're going to break them down quarterly. You're going to break them down quarterly, then you're going to break them down monthly, so you can see what you've got going on every single month. And then you'll have your priorities. You've then got your priorities of what it is that you want to achieve. And making sure that as you're doing that, as you're breaking them down and breaking them into manageable chunks for you to actually start, almost producing a task list, you still make sure that they are the right goals. So still, it doesn't matter, just because you've written them all down, it doesn't matter then if you tweak them or, things change, because you've still got to make sure that you look at those goals and you make sure you're still connected to your vision, that they make you feel excited, that they're written in the positive. So it's not about what you don't want, remember, it's what you do want. You've got set deadlines. Because actually if you don't set a deadline, it's open-ended, isn't it? And then you've broken them down into these baby steps. You've broken them down every single month. And once you've done that, you can then take a baby step every day. And I love doing it like that because I think sometimes we can get really overwhelmed with information, and it's always about there's too much to do. So break it all down into baby steps, and then make sure you do one thing off that list every single day. And it's the small steps that contribute to success. It really does. Because actually if we've got a really big one, it takes too long for us to start it because the gap's too big. So breaking it right down into those smaller steps, we then can go, oh gosh, I could just do that in 10 minutes and it's off your list. And then you're constantly then moving forward all the way towards your goal. Now I do find that it's getting clarity and focus is one of the most, one of the areas that people find most challenging. And it's the core module of the Mega Success Mindset Accelerator program. Actually, it's the first module of the Mega Success Mindset Accelerator because it is that area that people find the most challenging to do. They've usually got a lot of ideas, but they don't know how to get going. They haven't got that clarity to do it. So it is one of the main areas to do that. So I want you to be asking yourself, when you've got all of that done, I want you to then be asking yourself, who could actually help me to get closer to my goal, to reach that goal? Who do you need to become to reach that goal? Remember what I said at the start there, that if you want to be having your best year next year, you can't be who you've been this year. So who do you need to become? And start stepping into that person right now. Start stepping into them right now. What are the habits that you need to put in place to be able to get you towards your goal? What are the things that you've got to focus on? What are the things that you need to change? What do you need to do more of? What do you need to do less of? So think about the habits that you need to take on board to actually reach your goal. Okay, so that is sort of pretty much everything for today. Hopefully that has now given you some, some clarity on what you're, brain dumping all your ideas, getting some focus and moving yourself forward. And if you, like I said earlier, that despite this being 2020 being the craziest of years, it has been my best year in business, and certainly for my clients, they have had massive, huge transformations and personal growth in business in their lives, in them as themselves, and they, and for them the best financially for most of them too. So if you want to succeed and be supported in 2021, I really recommend you invest in yourself in a program with like-minded individuals all ready to be propelled forward. So if you are interested in any of my programs, please do message me. I'm not saying to come on mine. I'm just saying you focus on being with like-minded individuals. Find yourself a program that's going to suit you. I've got 2 programs running. I've got the Nlp Practitioner Certification training. So that is if you want an accredited NLP qualification, NLP coach qualification, that is for aspiring coaches or those that want huge transformations for themselves. So I've got that running, and we start the online training tonight for an hour, and then the actual live training is in January. So if you're interested in that, then message me about that. Or starting on the 4th of January, I've got my Mega Success Mindset Accelerator. So this is my, my 12-week coaching and mentoring program to fully support you to get the money, success and abundance that you deserve and you desire. Now, if you're interested in either of them, do please message me, because I for all of my programs, I create the best community ever. Just ask some of the ladies that have been on part of either my group programs or come to any of my events, or even like my free training. Even on my free trainings, just ask there. I create a fabulous community I really seem to attract the most amazing, kind, authentic, go-getting, fab females into my programs. The ones that are, who want to get results. And in 2021, I am absolutely taking it to a whole new level. I will be revealing more later on, but watch this space, because I'm taking it to a whole new level in 2021. And I want you to be on that journey with me. I want to take you with me. Oh, thank you, Kelly. Thank you. I want you to be one of my success stories. So I want to take you with me, because I've got massive stuff is going to be happening in 2021, and I want you to be part of it. It is so exciting. I can't wait. I'm so glad, Helen, that you found the challenge group. It was awesome. The people that I get in my programs are absolutely amazing, and I want success for each and every one of you. So if you are interested in any of my programs, then do please message me. Just send me a direct message. So, okay, that is me. Oh, look at that. I'm running over time, aren't I? So literally now, just for the last 5 minutes, I'm going to do a future you visualization. Please stay for this if you've got time. Or if you're catching up on replay, catch up on the replay, sort of almost sign off now if you can't watch it, because it's just for about 5 minutes. So just so that you're super focused on what we're doing. So just want you to relax, get yourself in a comfortable position, whether that's seated or whether you're walking around still, that's absolutely fine. But just get yourself in a comfortable position. Just relax. And I want you to just start focusing on your breath. So take a deep breath in and out. And in. And out. Keep focusing on that breath. And now I want you to close your eyes. And I want you to just imagine yourself now at that point. I want you to imagine yourself in 12 months from now. So it's the 17th of December 2021. I want you to just really just step right into that now. In 12 months from now. And just knowing that the last year has been one of the best you've ever had. And particularly the last 12 months. I want you to notice. I want you to notice what has changed. What has changed to make the last 12 months the best you've ever had? Just want you to notice any thoughts that are in your mind now, knowing that it's been the best 12 months that you've ever had. So how are you thinking? What can you see that tells you that this has been the best 12 months? What can you hear? What can you feel? How do you feel? What do you see? Just take a look all around you. Who's with you? What are you doing? What do you notice that tells you that this has been the best 12 months for you? Now I want you to notice the environment that you're in. Anything that may have changed. Could be your physical environment or the people all around you. Notice how you feel about yourself. What new beliefs do you hold about yourself now? What new skills do you have? Just come back and notice what has happened to make this your best 12 months. Just notice what has happened. What do you see? What do you hear? How do you feel? Now I want you to ask your unconscious mind to make it known to you what one thing that you can do today to bring that vision closer to you right now. Just ask it to present it. It may be now, or it may present itself later. Either is fine. But just ask your unconscious mind to make it known to you. Just let whatever it wants to pop right into your head to give you that guidance so you know what one thing you can do today to bring that vision closer to you right now. And then you're going to thank your unconscious mind and take some further deep breaths now. Breathe in. And breathe out. And come back into the room. Come back to now. Oh, do a little, big stretch. Big stretch out there. How are you feeling? I hope you enjoyed that. Hope you enjoyed the session today. Do let me know what your biggest takeaways are of today's session. And let me know what that one thing is that you're going to do. What you're going to do. What's your goal for 2021? Let me help you achieve it. Let me help you achieve it. What one thing can you do right now to move you forward to your goal for 2021? Have a wonderful rest of the day, guys. I'll see you. So I will do a live on, I think I'm doing a live, it's Christmas Eve, isn't it? And that'll be, yay, we'll have a little bit of a celebration party. All right, have a wonderful day and I'll see you again soon. Bye for now.